Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance, everybody. My name's Christopher Belly. Y'all know me. Who you may not know is this dapper young man here. His name is Echoes from Above, and he wanted to come on my channel, and he paid me $1,000, so I accepted. Right?
In crypto.
And
Bitcoin.
He paid me in, what did you pay me in?
Bitcoin. He's got his first Bitcoin because of me.
I only accept Shiba Inu, bro.
Uh-oh.
So you take that crap back and switch it out. Anyway, welcome on the channel, buddy. Introduce yourself and let's get into the goodies.
All right, let's do it. So I go by the name of Echoes from Above, got my YouTube channel. And obviously you guys have seen my videos. I make fun of me, Kevin, a lot. And I try to give actual real sound strategy on how to build wealth for the long term and do well, not pumping a bunch of crappy stocks like the biggest YouTubers out here. So kind of what you do.
So are you like 95% the VT ETF?
More so VOO, but something like that. We're similar. We're up there. I'm a VOO guy. I'm with America, but you know.
You know, that offends me that you say that VT is the same as VOO. I'm disgusted, as a matter of fact. Now, there's two camps. You know, there's the people that are all U.S., whatever. I mean, I'm sure U.S. stocks are going to be higher in 30 years. And then there's boring people like me that like to buy every company in the world. So, but, you know, we can still get along. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So tell me more about your Meet Kevin videos. I hear you've been branching into that area, that wild arena.
Let's do it. So first, let me give you your flowers. You were the very first one to start making Meet Kevin videos. And I actually saw your video maybe like 8 months ago, like a really long time ago before it got popular to talk about these guys. And I got to give you respect just for talking about these guys in the heat of the bull market when everything was going to the moon, because it's really hard to do that. And I'm sure you got a ton of hate for your comments. So I just want to say that. But for me, right after Kevin sold all his stocks and pretty much exposed to the world that he knows absolutely nothing about trading stocks, and a bunch of people woke up to that, I've just started making videos ever since. And it just started to lead me to expose some of the other people. Now, I kind of knew from the beginning that they were, you know, not the best. But it was like that moment when Meet Kevin did what he did, it just lit a light bulb in my head. It just clicked. It's like, holy cow, these guys don't know anything. It's like, I can't believe it. So it just led me on that journey of adding some comedy and talking about the biggest grifter on YouTube.
Yeah, you know, it's so easy to make Meet Kevin videos. I mean, like I stopped. I was making videos constantly about him. I just got tired of it. I need a long break. But I mean, he has so many antics and trades and crap that he does. It really is easy to make videos about him because, you know, 90% of the time he's not doing something that's very smart for the long term. But apparently
he's swindling a lot of people. What'd you say?
Yeah, he's claiming victory. Did you see that video where he?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and I made a response to it, and he commented on my video response and called me stepsis. So I guess you're step bro, and I'm stepsis.
Yeah, I guess that means we're related.
There you go. He's not very fond of me right now, but hey.
You know, you just keep pressing him. Maybe he'll come on your channel, debate you. You know, people
honestly,
can you being a grifter. Like,
yeah, honestly, yeah. If he wants to do that, that's fine. But honestly, I would rather him just stop because I'm serious about what I do. Like he's really gonna hurt a lot of people. He really is. Like somebody like him. My philosophy on trading is you invest based on your risk level, and he has a ridiculously high risk level because of his net worth, but his followers don't. Not everybody has $20 million where they can just play around and day trade and do whatever because you're making all this YouTube income, and that's what's bothering me. He can do what he wants, but his followers who just started trading yesterday just don't know. But you and I know. We know how ugly it can get.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the biggest criticisms I have is, you know, people that are watching him cannot afford to be gambling their money like he is because they don't make $3, $4, $5 million a year, however much they make. But you know, it's really going to take like a really bad bear market, which we're not in right now, by the way. No. A lot of people think the market's like crashed. It's like, come on, look back at the Great Recession, look back at the Great Depression. This is nothing.
It's just the YouTube stocks. Only the YouTube stocks have crashed. All the value stocks are holding up just fine.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of the stocks that went up during the pandemic, because all the clowns got their little stimmy checks.
Yep.
All those stocks are getting schwacked, and I freaking love it. And,
Destroyed.
just like you said earlier, like I knew even months and months or even a year ago that all these stocks were going to come crashing back down again. And I just had to patiently bide my time, slowly wait, and then it eventually happened, and I took advantage of it.
The patient man.
Hey, man, I've been buying index funds for like, 11, 12 years now, ever since I started working.
Oh, yeah,
I have all the time in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we got to talk about Tattooed Chef here.
Tattooed Chef?
Got to talk about the chef here.
That's my favorite stock, man.
Thinking about buying some at the store later today. Try it out, see how it tastes.
Yeah, if you want to lose like 50 pounds and starve to death, I guess you could go live off Tattooed Chef. Probably also go bankrupt because it's like, what? Well, so here at Walmart, it's like $3.50 for little stupid meals, Buddha bowls.
Oh, okay.
I heard other places it's like $5 or $6, like at Target. It's freaking insane.
Yeah, it's probably expensive where I live, but I've never even heard of it until people started talking about it on YouTube. Like nobody knows what that is or eats that. Like it's sad.
Yeah.
It's just this little YouTube bubble of people who know about that stock and that company. Nobody else knows about them.
I haven't checked the numbers, but I'm pretty sure Tattooed Chef is probably like 95% owned by retail. Because what shocked me was after the most recent earnings, and I actually haven't delved into them too much. I actually watched another guy's video, but he said they had a 2% gross margin, which is awful. Like that is just I can't even explain how bad that is.
But I hope your followers know what that means.
Well, I mean, if they just buy index funds, it's whatever. But I mean, holy crap, that's bad. And it didn't freaking go down. So I was like, you know what? This has to be like 100% of YouTube stock. Because most of these clowns that own it have no idea what a 2% gross margin means, which means your bottom line is probably like in the high negatives. I actually have to go do a in-depth analysis of the most recent financials, but I know it's bad.
Bad company. I don't understand why Jeremy keeps pumping it. And Jeremy might be worse than me, Kevin, because he's the only YouTuber I found where every single stock he called is just in the gutter. I can't think of one stock he called that is doing well. And that's one heck of a feat.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, like, you can buy a stock, even a great stock, you can buy it and it can go down, and there's nothing you can do about it. But when you look at the stocks that he buys, they're all massively unprofitable, except Corsair, which is barely profitable. And when you buy a stock like that, there's no bottom to how far it could go. I mean, that's why I've been making fun of him so much. And people think it's the same thing. When I buy Baba and it goes down, I'm like, no, it's completely different. It's like
No, Baba's great.
Like I
own Baba. I got some Baba.
Baba
is great. Baba is great. It's not good. It's like maybe 170 something. Like it's pretty high. I'm not gonna lie, but I have no doubt. Like I could be wrong, but I have no doubt it'll 2-3x in the next several years. And if anybody wants to debate that, look at the fundamentals compared to your companies, and we'll see how that looks.
Yeah, it's all sentiment based. Like if people warm up,
it's just politics. That's it. The company's fundamentals are outstanding. It's just the China risk. That's it, which will eventually go away. We've seen this in history. We've had this before. This isn't the first time there's been a Chinese fear thing in the market. This has happened before. It's going to go away, and then the stock's going to go up. It's going to happen, and then everybody's going to rush to buy it at $300 when you and I were buying it here. I'm telling you.
I mean, like, so if it goes too high, like if it does a Tesla kind of, which I don't think it's going to do a Tesla kind of,
right.
If it goes to 400 or 500, 600, I'll probably sell out of it. But
yeah, that would be outrageous. But I think 200 is reasonable. I think 200 is reasonable. I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, you never know, but I mean, when I first started buying it, it was like 230, and then
me too.
I mean, because I was like, you know what? I mean, I did a fundamental analysis, and I'm like, okay, I mean, from the fundamental standpoint, yeah, this is still a good buy point, but this whole insane crash happened. So, but I've been averaging down. I got it down most recently to 142, and if it dips again, which I actually hope it does, then I'll probably put a couple thousand more, and that's it.
Yeah,
it's addicting. It's just so hard to resist buying that delicious VIE.
Yeah, man. So, funny thing, I actually made a video about the little hater that talked about your wife today. I don't know if I should release it, but it's a funny video.
Why not? I'm done giving him attention. I mean, the whole reason he did that was to, get a response out of me. It's like, okay, I'll make one more video about you, but you basically shot yourself in the foot because I'm never talking about you again, loser. So
yeah, who is that? Like, who is like? Where did he come from? Like, who is that?
I honestly can't tell you, man. Like, I think he just was commenting on my videos, or he was like, I think we were doing a live stream and he started talking trash.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, all right, dude. And then I clicked on his channel. I was like, oh, wow, he's got like 2K subscribers. And of course, he's a freaking penny stock pumper. Like,
of course,
some of the freaking earth. And, he's been trying to get my attention. And he actually, the funny thing is, he messaged me on Instagram a long time ago. And he's like, oh, I'm a huge fan. And I want to collab with you. And you're so amazing, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, he's a fan that turned into a hater because you wouldn't give him the time of the day.
Yeah, and he actually deleted his messages, but I took screenshots. So worst comes to worst, I have them.
Yeah, I might release my video because everybody knows wife and kids are off limits. You don't do that. You kind of cross the line there. You know?
I mean, it didn't even bother me. It's like I saw the thumbnail. It's like, that's my wife on his freaking thumbnail? What a creeper, man.
Yeah. He looks like a creep. Looks like a guy that got nothing to do.
Well, that's because he's retired, bro. He made his million, buying penny stocks.
Oh, yeah, buying penny stocks.
Massive unprofitability. I mean, that's how you build wealth long run. Take a risk, bro.
I gotta get like him, Brooklyn Stop Shop.
Yeah, he used to be something else. It was like King Finance or something like that.
Oh God.
He's a scrub. Like, he's not going to grow because, if crappy stocks like his keep getting schwacked like they have been.
I mean, and also he's just boring and doesn't know anything. I watched his videos. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, he definitely rides the short bus.
Speaking of the short bus, we got to talk about Chris Sane.
Oh God. Is he still growing? Have you checked his subs recently?
Yeah, he's still growing. You know what surprised me? I looked at his patrons. He has like 5,000 people in his Patreon, and I did the math. And if all those people are paying like $20, $10, whatever it is, he's making like $100,000 a month. And people are really paying him monthly. It's insane.
Oh yeah.
So he actually might be a millionaire, just not from stocks, from grifting people.
Well, that's how they all become billionaires. I mean, I don't know a single person on YouTube that became a millionaire from buying stocks, except like some of the few guys that went 100% Tesla and got extremely lucky.
That includes you and me, Kevin.
But the vast majority of them, no, they don't get their millions from stocks. They get it from, buy my course, bro. Stuff like that.
And click my links below. Buy my course, bro. Click the links below.
Yeah, I've got a Robinhood affiliate link. I got criticized for it, but I'm keeping it there just to spite people.
I don't think links are so bad. I think if you just pump them in every video and you're like me, Kevin, and half your videos freaking pumping links instead of actual content, I think that's when it becomes problematic. Yeah, I don't have a problem with people supporting you. If people want to click it, support, that's fine.
People just get addicted to the money. I mean, like, imagine you're getting $100,000 a month. It's like, boy.
Human nature. Yeah.
The money can definitely corrupt you, but
it can.
You got to resist that draw if you ever get that big.
Yeah, we've all got that temptation, but yeah.
The biggest thing is making a course. Like that's where the money is. You sell
I think making a course. Yeah, I think making a course is so stupid. I think unless you have real credibility, like you've actually beaten the market, I don't understand how you can make a course and people actually follow it. I'm almost certain that most of these guys' courses is just copy and paste from Google. I guarantee it. Investopedia or something like that. Like, what are they talking about in their course? These people that are calling tattooed chef, like just crazy stuff. I don't get it.
I mean, it's probably all the basics. Like you said, they copy and paste it. Like, oh, here's a stock. Here's what a bond is. Well, they probably don't talk about bonds, but
no, they don't. They don't even know what that is.
And the funny thing is, they probably don't even talk about like real wealth building strategies. Like, you have to consider other things besides stocks. Stocks aren't the only thing. You have to consider like how to manage your cash, debt management, insurance. Like all of that ties into financial planning. But
living below your means.
Hyper focus on stocks.
Yeah, I agree. They don't actually teach you real wealth building things. Like I always say, if you really want to like build your wealth, especially immediately, you got to increase your income. And that's something that never gets talked about. Everybody just wants to get rich quick and let me just hurry up and take somebody's buy or sell alerts, which I just don't understand it.
I mean, that's the myth. It's like, they see these YouTubers and they think they all they have to do is just do what they do, and they can become as rich as they are. When in reality, the best way to get rich, like you said, is get a skill, make as much money as you can and funnel absolutely as much as you can into the stock market consistently over time. And it works. I mean, I've freaking done it for 10 years. I've never.
I was going to say, I could.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I can attest to that because I got a job making good income. And then I also have a skill. I do graphic design, and it brings in a lot of money, making flyers, cover arts for rappers, different things like that. You teach yourself a skill that people need, you're going to make a crap ton of money. And then that can start your journey to building wealth. So now my main income can go to bills and things like that. My second income can go straight to the stock market or whatever I want to put money into.
Yeah, that's my plan. I have my job income, and then I have, everything else just goes straight, like my YouTube money, my book money, all that crap goes straight into my savings account. And then I have an auto draft that goes into my index fund. So it's like, it's really motivating, but it takes a lot of work. Everybody thinks it's easy to run a YouTube channel, but when you're working all freaking day and then you got other side gigs and oh crap, I got to make a video now. It's like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work doing this, juggling everything else that I have to do. But yeah, I think that's more of what needs to be taught. This whole fancy computer day trading thing. And I'm thinking about starting to talk about the people on Twitter, because there are people on Twitter that are even bigger than me, Kevin. There are these Twitter gurus who call stocks, and they're all verified. They've got like 800,000 followers. It's insane. It is insane. But I'm thinking about going after them next. Yeah, there's this guy, Mr. Zach Morris, and a few of these other guys, but I think Mr. Zach Morris, that guy is like the biggest one. But these guys are just straight penny stock pumpers, and they have these gigantic followings on Twitter. Probably a bigger following than me, Kevin. It's insane.
Are they exclusively on Twitter?
Yeah, they're just only on Twitter. They don't have YouTube. They just all have Twitter, and they have like this Discord that people could join, and that whole thing. But these guys on Twitter are huge, and I followed all of this during the bull market, so I remember everything. Like I followed the Zach Morris dude when he had like 100,000 subscribers, and now he's got like 600,000 or something insane, and he's verified. It's crazy.
Jesus Christ!
But there are more of them on Twitter than YouTube.
I mean, I'm on Twitter occasionally. I mean, like I haven't really been on there that much. I've missed a lot of the Twitter gurus, which actually it sounds like a gold mine of people you can crap on. So I would definitely pursue that.
It's a gold mine, and those people will come after you. They will really attack you if you attack their Twitter god.
Hey, it's true. Like the more drama you create, the bigger your channel gets. It's really easy. You don't have to talk about stocks. You just talk trash to people. Ooh, I got a super chat. Much love and respect, bro. Keep doing it for the people. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. Now, Mike Stathis is going to call me a grifter because Eric Smith gave me $10 whole. Eric Smith's bankrupt now, by the way. Didn't you say you watched his channel?
Yeah, I checked it out.
What'd you think about it?
Yeah, I checked it out. He's definitely a weirdo. He posted this weird video of him in Thailand. I'm like, where did that come from? What are you doing? Like, he's a weirdo. You got some weird people that don't like you. That Brooklyn bowl of snot dude, and freaking you got Mike Stathis. You got some weird people.
People have told me that I attract like really crazy people, to criticize me on YouTube. I don't know what it is about me. I mean, maybe it's just the way I act. I mean, Ape Father used to come after me.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, me and him
weird too. That's the guy that just records on his phone, and yeah.
Hey, that's me now. Yeah, well, let's actually finish tax season. I can actually make more videos at home, but right now it's just a freaking wreck.
Nice.
Woo, I gotta turn on that AC. It's getting hot in here. You're making me all sweaty.
That's part of why I record my videos outside. It's hot.
Where are you in New York?
Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're in Virginia, right?
Yeah, I'm in Hampton Roads area.
Okay.
Where like Virginia beaches and all that stuff.
Yeah. No, I've never been to Virginia.
It's okay. Oh, hold on a minute. I gotta keep grifting. If you accept that you're
a grifter, that's funny.
I can't resist that sweet $10, man. Especially after YouTube gets their cut and then you got to pay taxes. It comes out to like a whole $4 or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. How does that work? So YouTube takes a cut.
Yep. And then you get paid.
You got to pay taxes. And then you got to pay taxes.
So, I mean, you said you have a business, right? So you know about self-employment tax.
Yeah. Yeah, it's no joke. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks.
Hey, if you need any tax prep, I'm here for you. Okay.
Strongman.
Strongman tax.
Strongman tax services.
That's actually a thing that's like floating in my mind. It's like, maybe I could use my YouTube to help me start a tax business. I mean,
Honestly, I really think you could. I think so. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I got to get my skills up though. I mean, like I'm licensed and everything, but I haven't worked in tax. This is
right. So you're learning. Yeah, you're learning.
Yeah, I mean, people think because you're licensed, you just like know everything about taxes.
Yeah, no,
that's not true.
No. And taxes is very complicated. Very, very complicated. People don't know that.
It's easy to mess up, man. You mess up somebody's taxes, they're gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's good to get a couple of years of reps, and then we'll see what happens. I'll keep my options open. I mean, worst case, I don't know. Maybe I'll just become a YouTube star and just grift off people.
There you go. Start selling courses like Meet Kevin.
Surprised he hasn't checked in yet. He usually likes to drop in, leave a comment.
He saw my name and got scared. He knows. let me tell you something. Meet Kevin will never debate me because he knows I know all the tricks. None of that stuff is gonna work. He knows.
Look, if you keep talking trash, he'll probably come on your channel, man. I mean, I was surprised he came on mine.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
let's talk about that.
20 million subscribers and he comes on my channel. It's like, okay.
Yeah, that was a great day. I was surprised at people who said that they kept calling you weak man and saying that you didn't do a good job. And I kept saying, what do you guys expect him to do? Like, what do you expect him to just scream at him? Like what do you expect? Like,
I mean, half the people would have crapped their pants.
Yeah, they would have.
Meet Kevin,
Right.
But
people don't know what it's like when you really get on camera when the lights hit. It's different. It's different than when you're sitting behind your computer just talking smack. It's a way different.
Yeah, it was new to me too. Like I was like, there was like 1,800 people or 1,900 people watching. I was like,
oh yeah,
my channel, that's freaking a lot of people. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
That's all Meat Breath feels every day, man. He's got like what, 10,000 people or more watching his live streams.
Yeah, and I tell people this all the time. He's charismatic, and he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. So I think people really just tune in just because mostly the market live streams, and he sounds smart, and he's also entertaining. He's like Jim Cramer for the younger generation. That's really all he is. But in terms of him being a real guru, he's really not. He's really just a stock entertainer. That's the way I look at it, and I think that's how everybody should look at him.
I mean, yeah, but you should look at most people on YouTube as just entertainment. I mean,
yeah.
Even the vast majority.
There are some people. Yeah, go ahead.
No, yeah, even the vast majority of my channel, it's just me clowning around. I mean, like I always try to like put a message in my videos, but I don't think people watch my channel just to hear about VT every video. They want to see me, go or something stupid like that.
Probably, but I think it's a breath of fresh air to hear somebody giving real sound strategy. Like, listen, guys, no matter how hard you try, you're probably not going to beat the market. So instead of losing money trying to pick stocks when many of them lose, just buy index funds. I think that's great advice.
I mean, it's good advice and it works, but it's boring. But I mean, I just saw a huge hole in YouTube where there were all these clowns pumping trash, and I didn't see a single freaking channel that was exposing these clowns. Yeah. And I thought the best way to do it was obviously, talk good sense, but to get people's attention, I had to kind of like, act obnoxious and stuff. And I guess it kind of worked. So
yeah. So now I got to ask you the $1 million question: are you going to join me in talking about Meet Kevin again? I need you. I can't do it alone.
I don't know. He's trying to push my buttons, man. See that? Yeah, I think we talked about it. He put me in that most recent video with the opera or whatever it was. Yep. He had me on there. I mean, I was like,
the video where he lied.
Huh?
Video where he lied to everybody and made it seem like he beat the market. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, and you don't even know if he did, beat the market because you don't know what his tax bill is going to be. You don't know his cost basis and all the stocks he bought, and you don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of months. I mean, stocks can go anywhere in the short term, and if you're claiming victory because of one short 2-month period, you could be sorely mistaken.
Yeah, he took screenshots of stocks he bought at the bottom, but he didn't show his Discord from the time of January 21st till now. And I guarantee you there are other days where he bought stocks as well, but he only showed you the days where he bought at the very bottom. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you can easily manipulate that. You could be like, oh, and also who knows how many stocks he bought in total. So he shows you the 5 stocks that he bought at the bottom, like Trade Desk and things like that in the video. But for all we know, he could have bought 30 stocks, but he's only showing you the few that he bought at the bottom. It's like, this is a game and people don't understand the game. That's why I wish somebody in his Discord would like come on your channel or something, or come on mine. Like, let's really see what's going on. Because he's lying.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a couple people on from like Jeremy's Discord channel.
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
I saw that one.
Even if you tell people and you show them the evidence, they don't care. They won't even freaking see it, you know?
Yeah.
And even if somebody gets wise to the whole scam, they'll quit, they'll go do their own thing, but then a new crop of people will come in and the whole cycle starts over again.
Yeah.
I mean, you get on YouTube and you type in stocks, you're probably going to see Meet Kevin or Stock Mo or, you know, all these other people.
So what do you call them? Stock Blow? We got to talk about that guy.
Stink Blow?
Stink Blow. That is the most boring guy on YouTube. I'm just going to say it now.
Yeah, like
I don't know how he has the following he has.
I'm not joking. I've prepped videos for this guy. I've like watched his videos, found stupid things he said. I had all my tabs open so I could go through it. But he's just so boring. I can't make the video. I just like close my browser and go do something else. I mean, so I'm going to try to go after him again because I made like a video or two about him, but it's just so hard. It's like a chore. It's not fun.
Yeah, he's terrible. And then he talks about the same stuff, his old cat, Tesla cat, Neo, and God, I don't get it.
All you gotta do is just read analysts' expectations. That's all you can just go on like an analyst website and just read what they have to say. And wow, that's stock advice right there.
Yeah, that's what Chris Sane does. Just goes on. What'd you say? Tip ranks? I think he said that. He just goes on tip ranks and finds the price target for stocks and just talks about it.
Yeah, I don't know what he does. I really suspect he just goes and filters out the stocks that have gone up the most recently, and he just pumps those stocks. I mean, it's like he's just trying to play the momentum. But, you know, like, usually if you're doing something like that, you're probably buying at the top.
Yeah.
That's why I like the patient approach. Huh?
Yeah. You saw that video? He said he made $100,000 in options in one day.
When?
Had a whole video about he was dancing like an old man like 2 days ago. He had this video. He played this rap song. He started dancing like somebody's grandpa and said he made $100K.
I might actually make a response to that.
Oh, you got to. They were cooking him in the comments. You gotta look at the comments. It was so funny. It's like all his own followers just going in on him. Hilarious.
Did he actually show the gains, or you just said he made?
No, and that's the crazy thing. I'm like, he's definitely lying. Because this is the guy that loves to show his portfolio. So why would you not show that gain if that's what happened? He's lying.
Yeah, I should have. When I bought the JD, I put $1,000 into JD. I should have said, "Oh, I went all in," and not shown my buy order. And then, oh, it went up. I made $100,000.
Right. I'm like me, Kevin. I made $900,000. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Buy my course, bro.
Right.
Yeah, for me, when I bought into JD, like for JD, I was like, okay, I have a buy target of 62. Whatever. It's 52 now. And I had no idea that whole freaking 40% rally was going to happen. It was just pure luck of the draw. But, you know, a lot of YouTubers, they take advantage of that random fluctuation in whatever stock they buy, and they claim they predicted it, which is complete BS.
It's literally what
actually, I knew that was going to
happen. I knew that stock was going to go up. I'm a genius, bro. Buy my course, bro.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. Now, I have thought about doing a Discord, but then if you think about it, you got to manage the Discord. You got to set the rules. You don't know what people are going to post in there while you're gone. I just don't have time to have a Discord. I'd have to have somebody like manage it for me. And I'm not at this level right now where I want to pay somebody to freaking manage a Discord. Unless somebody wants to do it for free. But
Discords, then you're going to have people bugging you all day. Like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? That's a tough way to go. Like, you literally would have to be a full-time YouTuber probably to manage a Discord.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I'll probably never be a full-time YouTuber because I don't know how you can, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're making, like, editing videos like crazy, which I don't do. I mean,
some of these guys are making crazy money off their YouTube revenue, and that's the other secret. So you just never know. I mean, if you're making, like, 4 times more than you make at your job and you don't see that revenue stopping anytime soon, I mean, I can see it. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I'm just like I like having multiple streams of income. So even if my YouTube just exploded and I was pulling in mega money, I would treat it as like a temporary thing, you know. And I would just bank everything I could in the the off chance that my channel gets deleted or something. Because the last thing you want to do is quit your job, lose all your skills you've gained, cut off all your other streams of income, and go all in YouTube. Because if you do that and YouTube craps out, which anything can happen, you could say one bad word or say one bad opinion and you're freaking done, son. So
they could just yeah. Or
yeah,
they could just change their policy and yeah. Actually, I have a theory. It's interesting you say that. I have a theory that eventually the SEC is going to crack down on all the finance YouTubers. I could see it happening. I really can. Like I could see it. I don't know if it will, but that's just a theory that I could see it happening.
Yeah, I mean they need to, but I mean I'm not a lawyer. I don't know exactly what kind of fine line these people are walking, but I could guarantee you a lot of these people are probably breaking some kind of law. You know,
Okay,
like
good.
they
This
claim that
is where I come in.
Yeah, but like the SEC is so busy. You know, like they have so much other crap on their hands. I just don't see how they're going to have time, at least in the short term, to go after YouTubers. But hopefully it happens one day. Maybe the next president will like triple the size of the SEC.
Yeah, it might be a while, but in terms of the financial advice, from what I read, if you have a Discord and you're giving financial advice, that's financial advice when you make a Discord and you're charging people for your buy and sell alerts. That's actually financial advice, and the Plain Bagel actually broke that down a little bit too in his video. But it's a little bit of a gray area. But if you really look at it, you're kind of giving financial advice. Like you're not doing anything different that a professional hedge fund manager would do. Like you're literally saying buy this stock, buy that stock, and you're masking it with buy and sell alerts. And I call me Kevin out on this. I said this. I guarantee most of the people in this course have never listened to his course. I bet you they never actually watched the whole whatever his course looks like. I bet you they're just there for the buy and sell alerts. I bet you.
Oh, I mean, 100%. That's why people buy the course. I mean, obviously, they want to know what stocks to buy and when. So, but I mean, how they coach it, you know, and I think Kevin said this when he came on here. I mean, half the time I tuned him out because he talks so much, it like jumbles my brains. It was like, oh my God. But yeah, I mean, crap, what was I saying? Yeah, I completely forgot. I completely lost.
No, you're good. You're good. No, you're good. I almost did too just a few minutes ago. You're good. Literally just happened.
I started talking about me, Kevin, jumbling my brain, so I completely forgot what I was talking about.
You're perfectly fine. It's been one heck of a day. But
no, we were talking about buy and sell alerts.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, with that, people freaking people buy the course just for that. And how what the YouTubers do, they'll say, "Oh, it's just me, you know, giving my thoughts about what's going on.
Right.
I'm not actually telling people to buy or sell stocks, which, you know, is complete BS, but
absolutely,
you know, they found these little loopholes, or at least they think they have, to try to get away with doing it. So
right. It's insane.
Oh, we got another super chat. Let's see what's on here.
Oh, Jeremy's dad.
I made in the hour. I spent digging into Mike Stathis's past. Before Facebook went public, he said it would crash, pump, and dump by Wall Street. Jeremy's dad, I'm calling BS on that. Mike Stathis is never wrong. Ever. He called the Baba bottom, obviously.
He's a genius, bro.
Dude, it was such a great day. Like, Baba was down the day before. People were talking trash in my comments. And I was like, you know, it's a temporary market fluctuation. Who cares? And then the very next day, all these stocks go up 40%. You know, that one freaking loser, Egghead, you know, he deletes his video making fun of me. And then I knew, so Mike Stathis does live streams, but they don't save on YouTube. I don't know why. But I watched it very briefly, and I knew he was talking trash about like me and Baba. And of course, the very next day it goes up, which he should have known. He should have known.
He's a genius. He used to work on Wall Street. He's a genius, bro.
Yeah. If you've been on his website, it's very very interesting.
No, I haven't. I haven't seen anything. I have to check it out. I just saw his channel, but that's about it.
Yeah, if you want to see a real treat, you know, see a lot of Stars of David, you can definitely go on there. And he also only charges $1,000 an hour for private consultations.
Oh,
did you know that?
No, I didn't, but that's funny. But he calls you a grifter.
I was like, dude, you cannot possibly say I'm a grifter. And then you charge people $1,000 an hour. Get out of here. Mike Stathis loves Jews. Yes, he does.
Jay Nagy. Let's talk about Facebook, because I think you said you were going to buy that one, right?
So I'm probably not. In my opinion, I think it probably is a really good value right now. Okay. But I'm already heavily concentrated in U.S. stocks with my VT ETF. Like, I'm 60% U.S. stocks, and a decent part of that is Facebook. So if I buy Facebook, it's just like, you know, buying a little bit more of what I already have. So I'm kind of like, for my speculative part of my portfolio, I'm not even really touching the United States. I'm all like China, or I was even thinking about looking at India a little bit just to see, you know.
Yeah.
But that's where I want to speculate, because I think, you know, that part of the world's a part of the world that's going to grow.
Yeah, their economies are going to grow. Yeah, absolutely.
A lot faster than, like, people think the U.S. Like, I do not get our freaking stock market, because our economy grows, you know, after inflation 1-2% per year, but our stocks go up 10% per year apparently. It doesn't make sense to me. And then you look at these emerging economies with tons of people, you know, and their stock markets have been freaking crushed. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why. I mean, we have like better regulations here, stuff like that.
Right. I was going to say that it's just the risk, probably just the risk level.
But I mean, like, even the United States used to be completely unregulated. Like, you look back at the Great Depression, and there were so many freaking scams and, you know, scoundrels and pump and dumps. Like, it used to be freaking horrible. So even here in the United States, we had that problem, but we eventually fixed it. And I think if a lot of these emerging economies eventually do that, you know, people will definitely consider their stocks a lot more, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're second guessing Facebook, because I think it's over with. I'm not a fan of that stock at all. I think it's going to keep going.
You're not on Insta, bro?
I like Insta, but I think they just got too many bad things going against them. They've got whistleblowers, regulation. Government's not a fan of them. Their main platform, which is Facebook, in my opinion, is mostly for old people. All the young kids are on TikTok and Snapchat. I just think it's over. Nobody likes Mark Zuckerberg.
Think about this. We have an aging population. Okay. So the majority of people, and a growing majority of people, are going to be older people. What do you think about that? You think old people are going to be on Instagram watching girls shake their butts?
I think old people will probably more so maybe be on maybe like a YouTube or something more than Facebook. I think Facebook's just going out of style. I really do. And I think their latest earnings report, which made the stock tank, kind of showed that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those, you know, big tech stocks, the reason they're valued so highly is just because, like, I think people have crazy revenue growth assumptions. Like, you know, a lot of these stocks, they grew their revenues pretty incredibly, especially, you know, in 2020 with all the stimmy checks. But if you look at it, it's like these companies are already freaking huge, and people are pricing in 10, 15, 20% growth every year. To me, that's crazy. I don't think you should do that. You should put it a lot lower. But if you use an assumption like that, where you think it's only going to grow revenue 5%, 6% per year, something like that, and you get a good buy point from that, okay, maybe you can consider buying in.
Yeah.
But you got to be really careful with stocks like that. Like, aren't you a big fan of Microsoft?
Yeah, absolutely.
Be careful. I'm telling you, those big stocks scare me.
Okay, I want to hear this. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, because the big stocks mostly carry the index funds that we're in, though. Like, they're mostly the movers that move everything, because they're just great companies. But in terms 100%.
Of, I mean, like, I own every freaking stock in the world, you know, and a big part of my investments are in large cap tech in the United States, because that's what's really lifted the whole market, to be honest. But, you know, in the long run, you know, I think we've had amazing growth with U.S. stocks. I don't understand how it can continue, especially, I mean, just look at Facebook as the perfect example. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's going to grow super fast forever, and everybody had priced that in, and then they miss one quarter, or they projected revenues were a lot lower, and then look at the annihilation that happened. Facebook.
Yeah, but let me say this though. I think if you're going to pick stocks individually, you need to make sure you're monitoring that stock every quarter and paying attention. And I'm not saying I'm a genius, but I knew that this was coming with Facebook eventually, because in my opinion, they just had too many headwinds. They had so much going against them. They had like 2 documentaries, you know, The Social Dilemma and Cambridge Analytica and whistleblowers. I knew it was coming. Like, I knew it was going to be bad. And I think once you start to see signs like that, that's kind of your chance to get out. That's kind of how I feel about that.
See, I actually like stuff like that, because, like, if it's stuff like, oh, it's a documentary and they got exposed, I mean, if people sell the stock because of that, in my opinion, that's probably a buy signal. What tells me to, you know, stay away from a stock is, you know, looking at revenue assumptions and thinking people are pricing in way too much revenue growth, because that's where you get annihilation, like Facebook. You know, even the biggest stocks, you would not believe how fast and far they can fall if the assumptions rapidly change.
Yeah, I agree. I see what you're saying. But in that case, I think For Facebook, yes, but I think for Microsoft, if Microsoft ever tanked the way Facebook did, I would load up. Seriously, it's never going away. Everybody uses it. I just don't see a big company like that or Apple failing without us at least having some sort of sign that it's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of these
It's
companies
great.
are going to go away at all. But
Well, Facebook might.
Well, which one? Who?
Facebook might.
I mean, if Facebook goes away, it's going to be a long time. I'll tell you that.
That's true. That's true. And Instagram really helps them too, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm more comfortable speculating, and maybe I'm crazy, but I like speculating in emerging economies. All the stocks here are just boring to me. It's like, oh, everybody has Facebook, everybody has Microsoft, but who's really talking about all these crazy stocks, BABA, JD? I mean, a lot of people talk about them, but they're not that big on YouTube compared to some of the big dogs. So those are the ones that I enjoy playing with.
Exactly. Who's really talking about DraftKings? Exactly.
Yeah, I haven't looked at DraftKings. Are they profitable?
No, not at all. But I love the company. I'm an investor in the company. Makes up about less than 5% of my portfolio, but that's like my big speculative bet. I think in the next 5 years it'll be a big winner. But yeah, no, they're nowhere near profitable. They lose a crap ton of money every quarter.
Yeah. I mean, stocks like that, I mean, you can make a ton of money, obviously, off those stocks, but I do not like stocks that are not profitable. I mean, if I see a stock that's not profitable, but they're getting much closer to profitability every quarter, and they have really healthy margins, okay, maybe I'll consider it. But if I see a stock that's just bleeding money every freaking quarter, like Tattoo Trucker's Taint, no way in hell I'm touching that stock. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, that's kind of how Snapchat is. I have a little bit of money in Snapchat too, and Snapchat is getting really, really close to profitability. So that's
I made a video about it. Like I saw, they have super high margins from what I remember, and they were getting
that's a good
closer and closer. I was like, oh, okay, maybe, but even then, even profitable companies can be overvalued. So you just got to be really careful with stocks.
Yeah, I agree. You can get wrecked like everybody else did in 2021, the year where all the indexes had a 27% return. Everybody else had a negative 27%.
Yeah, well, I mean, so most people had a positive return, like normal people that buy indexes, but the clowns on YouTube obviously got freaking wrecked.
Exactly. And I think that was the year that kind of tells you everything you need to know. If you didn't get anywhere near 27% return and you ended the year negative, then you're better off just buying index funds, because it was a great year for index funds. And
yeah, I mean, in the long run, I mean,
it's hard.
What's up?
I said stock picking is hard. It's no joke.
Yeah, it's too much work, in my opinion. Like, I don't have time to sit here all day and do discounted cash flows and consider all the risks and blah, blah, blah. Like, I got to freaking work. I'm in
those things take a lot of time.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. So, I mean, that's why I have my fund portfolio. I mean, if BABA goes to zero, okay. I mean, it sucks, but I'm not going to be selling my butt,
Yeah, I think you've got a lot going for you. You've got some legendary investors in that stock, and I think that's a good reinforcement right there. Because I know Charlie Munger spoke very highly of
Charlie.
Yeah, he defended himself. They asked him so many questions about it. He just kept giving them short answers.
Yeah, I don't admire many rich people or billionaires, but I freaking love Charlie. Like, he is my favorite because he's such a badass, and he just doesn't give a crap. Like, he'll say whatever he wants to say, whatever he thinks, doesn't care. He's like a total Chad. So he's definitely my favorite. And I mean, Warren Buffett's okay. I mean, obviously he's a good investor, but he's not as wild as Charlie can be. Yeah.
And Charlie's really smart. He tried to get Warren Buffett to buy Costco, and Warren wouldn't do it for a while, and then they finally did it. And Charlie's just as smart as Warren Buffett, in my opinion. I think he's really up there. He really knows what he's doing.
It's gonna be a sad day when he goes. Isn't he like 98 or 99?
Yeah, he's like 100. Warren Buffett's like 95, and he's like 100. It's crazy.
Jeez, I mean,
they're really old.
I'm curious to see what happens to Berkshire Hathaway when some of these guys pass away.
Yeah, I think they said somebody was going to take over, but it probably won't be the same. I forgot the guy's name. It was some guy that nobody knows. He commented on my videos and compared himself to Warren Buffett. I'm like, all right, dude, you're making me hate you.
Yeah, I don't think Warren would pick some of the stocks that he picks. That's just a thought, You look at his portfolio, it's like Apple and Bank of America. It's like, wow, those are really radical stocks right there.
I saw you go in on that too. I understand why Warren Buffett. I agree with you. You probably shouldn't have 48% in one stock like that. But I mean, he is Warren Buffett, so he just I don't know. He's the one guy that could probably get away with that.
Yeah, well, see, my argument was, I mean, obviously he made a fortune off of it, but he bought it when it was a good deal.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
But if you're buying Berkshire Hathaway, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in Berkshire Hathaway. It's not just a stock portfolio.
Yeah,
but
they got
if you're
railroads and all kind of stuff.
Yeah, if you're buying Berkshire
Insurance
Hathaway,
companies,
you think you're getting that stock portfolio, you're buying Apple basically.
Yeah.
You know, at the price it's at right now, which is, in my opinion, very freaking expensive. So Warren got a good deal. You're probably not. And if you want to own his portfolio, you might as well just go buy freaking Apple. I mean, it's already half of his stock portfolio anyway.
And Bank of America, he owns a crazy ton of that too, which I own both of those. I like both stocks. I like both of them, but yeah, I wouldn't put 48% of my money in those. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I do. I would crap my pants if I had 48% of my money in one stock. I mean, imagine if you had that
teaching moment. Yeah, I was gonna say, let's do a teaching moment for everybody who doesn't realize this. And there's nothing that can stop individual stocks from going to the ground. Nothing. So if you got like all your money in one stock, it's not a good idea. Like you're better off putting that in an index fund because any one stock can go to the ground. You saw what happened with Netflix, Facebook. There's so many stocks that just got absolutely annihilated. I feel like that's a great learning lesson for everybody. Like there's no rules.
Don't you want to get rich quick? Pick that one stock that's going to 10x or 20x like Tesla.
The next Tesla.
How much Tesla you got?
Too much. I got a trip, but in my defense, I bought it way early, like 2017. Like
wow.
way early. Yeah, really? way. I was early in that. Way early. Like I was
Did
in
you
college.
Put a big bet into it?
No, I was in college. I put a little petty money in there, but I have a decent amount now because I bought it. I started buying more of it again in May of 2021 when it went to 500. So I'm still doing okay in that. You know, I'm still doing. Yeah. I put a big bet in there when it went to 500 in May. So.
Yeah, I mean, man, if you had a big position starting in 2017, you would you'd be one of these YouTubers, you know, just talking about Tesla all the time.
Probably, honestly, you're probably right because I
predicted it, bro. I just knew it was going to go to $1 trillion market cap. I just knew it.
That's another thing. Everybody says that they predicted it, but the honest truth is there were so many smart people who were predicting it first, like Kathy Wood, and I guarantee you most of these YouTubers just followed her and other people like maybe like Ross Gerber and just, you know, put their money into it, and now they're trying to act like they're geniuses. But I remember in 2017, there were some very prominent investors that were vouching for Tesla and calling it way back when.
Yeah, there was a lot of haters too. I mean, I guess you would consider me a hater, but I mean, I don't hate the company, but I hate the stock.
I don't think you're a hater. I think you're right. I think you're actually right. I thought about him like he's actually right. It is overvalued. I'll give you that. It's overvalued for now.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen, but I mean, and they actually recently raised their prices again. So the whole argument people have is, oh, they're going to take over the entire car market one day, but they keep raising their freaking prices, and now the cheapest car is almost 50 grand. It's like, this is not a mass market company, at least not yet. It's a overvalued luxury electric vehicle company, and until they produce a car that's 25K or 20K for the average person, I'm just not convinced this company is worth, you know, what people think it's worth.
Okay, let's talk about that. I think they will. I think for right now, they have such a ridiculous, insane demand for their products that they can afford to raise the prices and still sell every single car. But I think as time goes by, they start building more factories. I think they eventually will make it a more affordable car. I think so.
Yeah, I mean, like their next couple quarters will probably be pretty freaking good because, like you said, it's all the rave, it's all the hype right now. But my worry is if you buy the stock now and then, you know, the hype goes away and competition gets better and, you know, they don't produce the mass market car they've been saying they're going to do. Long run, I'm just concerned. But if they came out with a $20,000 nice electric car, I'd be like, okay, maybe, just maybe they have a chance of, you know, knocking it out of the park. But I'll be holding my breath until I see that.
Yeah, this might be naive, but I just really don't think they have any competitors. I think they're just too far ahead of everybody. I don't see anybody competing. Rivian's got their issues. Lucid got 200 car recall and slashed their forecast. I don't see Tesla having any competitors for a while. I really don't.
I mean, in the
EV started so early.
Yeah, but I mean, their competition is also gasoline powered cars. You know, I mean, like, surely even if they dominate the EV space, who's going to buy those cars? Who's going to buy
Yeah.
EVs if they're 50, 60, 70, 100 grand? It's going to be a very niche market of, high income people, but the average person is not going to be able to afford that. They're going to be buying gas powered cars. At least, I just bought a freaking gas powered van. I'm getting crushed by all these gas prices.
Yeah, me too. I got a story about that. I was actually going to buy an electric vehicle, and what happened was, unless you own like a home, it's really hard to find charging stations because they're not a whole lot where I live. And I think that's another big problem for Tesla too, is they got to figure out a way to get way more charging stations. Because for me, if it's not easy for me to charge my car the way I could just go to a gas station, then I might as well just get a gas powered car. And literally the fact that there were no charging stations near me, and the apartment that I live in, I talked to them, they wouldn't put a charging station there. It's like, okay, well, I'm out of luck. I can't get an electric car even though I want to. So I do agree. There's definitely going to be some headwinds there. Definitely agree.
Yeah, and honestly, I just don't see the appeal of the electric vehicle. It's innovative, it's different, but at the end of the day, to me, when you fill up a gas-powered car, you stick a little nozzle into it and you fill it up.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with the Tesla? You plug in a freaking charging cable. It's the same thing, but it's still a car.
Yeah.
I always say it's not like going from horse to car. That was a big change. But going from car powered one way to car powered by the other, maybe it's slightly better for the environment, but it's not this massive disruptive change that people are saying it is.
Well, I think the car kind of is, because the car is like driving a computer. I don't know if you've been in a Tesla, but it's pretty incredible.
I'm sure they all have gizmos and gadgets, but even gas powered cars have stuff like that. And I think a lot of people are also hoping for, the full self-driving, which if they actually figure out, and that's actually legit, okay, that's where you start getting a little bit more disruptive.
Yeah.
But just being an electric car in and of itself, to me, in my opinion, I don't think it's a big deal. Other people think differently, and that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so that's my story. I don't know how they're going to be able to get. I don't know how they're going to be able to get more charging networks, but I definitely think that they're going to have some issues. Because I do agree with you. Right now, it's a rich people car, and you see some of these hedge fund people. I follow Ross Gerber on Twitter, and he keeps telling everybody to get an electric car, and I'm like, dude, nobody can afford it. It's insanely expensive. You could literally get 3 years worth of gas with the prices they are now for the price of a Tesla. It's insane.
Yeah, I checked the car, a car payment calculator. It'd be in the high, almost $1,000 a month in car payments. I'm not freaking paying that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Right. Yeah, I was going to get a Tesla, but it was just too expensive. It kind of sucked. I was actually going to get a used Tesla, but I'm with you. When I did the numbers, it's it didn't add up. It's just stupid.
Hey, did you know this? Expensive. Mike Stathis predicted Tesla 78 years ago.
He's a genius, bro.
So he's worth $1,000. Imagine if you had bought Tesla in 1940, you'd be a multi-trillionaire right now.
Back before Elon was born, of course.
Or your parents or grandparents or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I want to pass off a legacy to my children. So maybe I will consider giving Mike some of my money, my hard-earned money. I'd rather buy a Tesla than pay that loser.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I would definitely look into him. He's not a big YouTuber, and he's kind of a clown. But if you want to have a little bit of fun, looking at some of his craziness, if you can stand his extremity, I'd say go for it. But then again, of course, me, Kevin's probably the one that will help your channel grow a lot. It worked for me.
Yeah, honestly, I'm probably going to stop talking about me, Kevin, eventually, but he just keeps doing dumb things. I think that's really what it comes down to. I actually would rather make other content. I'd rather talk about stocks that I like, but every time I look up, he's doing dumb things. And I'm just trying to save people before it all hits the fan, because it's going to hit the fan. Imagine if we just all went into a recession. Imagine if something just crazy happened. Everybody's going to be so mad at him because he keeps trying to time the market. And I saw you made a video about it earlier, and you're right. He's now emboldened to keep timing the market, and eventually it's going to catch up with him because the market always humbles you. And when that happens, it's going to be bad. He's going to get backlash like he never thought. It's going to be crazy.
People don't understand. It's your investing time horizon is 30, 40, 50 years. Yeah. So even if you do well in 1 year or 2 years or even 3, that doesn't mean you're a great investor. You have to be judged by how well you do over decades and decades and decades. And it's just been proven over and over again. People that try to time the market. I mean, some people, I guess, can do it, but the vast majority don't.
Yeah, freaking Citadel or some of those companies that maybe use robots, but definitely not me, Kevin.
Yeah, can you imagine you're on your Robinhood app and you're competing against like a supercomputer? Oh, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to take the hedge funds down. It's like
quantum, just like the AMC movement. Right, just like the AMC movement. That was dumb. I mean, it was great to make some quick money, but it's hard for me to believe that there's still so many people still in that stock. But there are. There's still people like whatever that guy's name is, Matt Kors, and some of these other crazy YouTubers that are still pumping AMC. I'm like, dude, it's over. Everybody lost their money. Let it go.
Yeah, I used to criticize AMC people a lot, but like there's a lot of like really scummy people in that whole movement or cult or whatever you call it. So after a while, I was just like, I'm going to stay away from that. And I mean, it's old news. Like you said, like who cares about that stupid stock anymore? It went up really fast, a year ago. And now it's just going back to its intrinsic value, which is, in the low, definitely under $10. I'll tell you that. So it's like, who cares now? You're just going to lose all your money. But I don't know. I guess people are just so convinced they're going to be trillionaires that they just hold.
And their CEO is so smart. Instead of using the money to pay off debt, he bought like a gold mining company or something like that.
What?
Did you know that? Go look it up.
No.
he paid like $27 million and bought like a 20% stake in like this. I don't know if it was a crypto mining or a gold mining company. It was one of the two, something like that. Wait, and I'm like, what does that have to do with movie theaters?
Did he buy it for his personal investments or was it like the company buying it?
No, the company. AMC Theaters bought a gold mining company for like 20. Somebody in the chat comment. What are people saying? Somebody in the chat comment.
Oh my God. I need to freaking look that up. Oh, I like this one. Whenever Mike Stathis peels onions, the onions always cry. Oh, I love it. Yeah, if that's true, that's freaking hilarious. I need to look into that. I've actually been like really sucking at keeping up with the market and stuff because I just don't have the time right now. But once everything settles down in about less than a month, woo boy, it's game on.
We're gonna be pumping out videos like a crazy person. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, it's gonna be wild, man. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna blow your mind how many videos I'm gonna make, and they'll all be in my room instead of, in a very dark car at 6:45 in the morning.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. I like your channel, man. I really do. I like your channel. Like I said, who said that? You have a job.
Ew, you have a job. Ew.
Yeah, man. I don't grift. Somebody in the comments said something. Stepsis, my Epsis said, let's be honest. This Echoes from Above guy ever got a fan base, he would grift as hard as Chris Sane. That's false. I don't have to grift as hard as Chris Sane.
I want to hear more about this. What's your heartfelt response to that comment?
My heartfelt response to that is fake news. Obviously, you're going to have haters and people are going to say what they're going to say, but I'm not going to be like Meet Kevin. I'm going to tell the truth because Meet Kevin said he's never going to make a course and everything like that. I can tell you for now, I am never in life going to make a course, ever. Never going to do that. Never going to grift and have a Discord, none of that stuff. Like, it's stupid. It really is. Unless you got the credentials, it's just dumb.
Yeah, the thing I want to focus on is merchandise. I think I can come up with some hilarious merchandise, and
exactly.
It's like $20 or $15 for a coffee mug. It's not going to ruin anybody's life if they buy it, but I got a lot of ideas swirling in my head, but I've just been so busy, I haven't had time.
Yeah, but since he says that, I have an idea. I'm going to write a book, like Christopher here. All right, I'm going to write a book too. I'm going to be an author.
Oh, I've made so much money off that book. You have no idea. Millions.
I'm going to name my book Meet Kevin Sucks.
Meat breath.
Matter of fact, the YouTube swindler.
I'm probably going to write another book once everything settles down and I feel like it again. Cause there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, in my book now, I just talk about the basics of investing and stuff like that. But I want to focus more on financial scams, the financial industry, YouTube, all sorts of crap. There's so much stuff out there you can talk about in a book. So
yeah, that'd be smart.
Stay tuned, everybody. It's coming one day. And then I can make $100 more off book royalties.
There you go.
Yeah, I got my tax bill about this for 2021, and it was like, oh, I made $130 off of my book this year. Mm-hmm, yeah.
That's crazy. And you had to pay taxes on that too.
And I got to pay tax. So I made less than $100, but that's just how it is, man. You got to pay the government.
Uncle Sam's always going to want their cut.
YouTube wants their cut. Uncle Sam wants their cut. You can't win.
Me Kevin wants his cut. Everybody wants their cut.
Yeah, by the time you get paid, you get like pennies on the dollar. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm about to close it out because I got to go to bed. But you have any last comments? Talk a little bit more about your channel, maybe, or
sure, yeah. Subscribe to my YouTube. Check me out. Regardless of what Stepsis my Epsis says, I will never grift you guys or make a course. It's just going to be stock analysis and talking about me, Kevin, and other scammy YouTubers. But yeah, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter. I'm active on my Twitter, and yeah, hopefully we can do this again. And thank you. I never said thank you. Thank you for having me on your channel.
You're welcome.
I do appreciate that.
I'm glad to have you on. I actually have to get up super early
that.
tomorrow, so it's like, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was nice having you on. If you start grifting, I'm coming after you.
Oh, please do.
Right
please.
Now.
Yeah, please do. I welcome it.
Hey, more views. You know, if I talk about you, get more views. So whatever.
The strongman effect.
Oh yeah. All right, man. Thanks for coming on.
All right, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, have a good night.
All right, you too. All right.
Bye.